but it won't be close enough.
Don't do this to me, Thato.
Did you say good night to the other
Oh
one?
my gosh, seriously, Thato has Gash1's Mumu button. That's what we call it down here in Nigeria. Mumu button. Oh yeah. You guys. So, I mean, last night was serious cruise. I mean, we actually saw Thato giving, like, placing a barricade between her and Gash1. I was like, I love the fact that this baby, oh my gosh, this is literally why I think Gash1 is so attached to Thato, because she has such a strong personality. She knows when to say no and she knows when to say yes. I mean, literally, if Thato was any girl in that house, I mean, by now she would have been falling head over heels for Tools' advances. She would have been falling head over heels for Gash1, but hey, baby girl says no. Even though I love to see this ship, I love the fact that she's putting up a strong fight. Yeah. Very strong fight. I mean, that question about have you said goodnight to your second wife literally got me. My gosh. This is the second time Thato is going through this phase. Like, okay, guys. Welcome back. Thank you all for hopping in here. Welcome to Personality Highlights. And in here, I'm going to be giving you the gist, the full gist about the conversations that happened right after the arena games, you know, up until like midnight and maybe semi-morning. So you guys, thank you for stopping by. If you're new to the channel, please hit on the red subscribe button right now so that you become a part of this community, and of course join the conversation on what's happening in Biggie's house. Don't forget to turn on the post notification bell so that YouTube would always send you messages every time I upload new content in this channel, so you don't miss a thing. Guys, with that said, I'm going to be sharing a lot of things to you today, and one of the things I'm going to be talking about is the late night conversation that happened amongst Themba, Libo, and Venice over who might take home the 2 million. I'm going to be talking about the conversation that also happened, you guys, while those housemates are actually handling their task. You know, there's this punishment that's been given by Biggie. You guys, Tools, Ntabil, and Terry were actually seen like taking care of their punishment, like doing the assignment. And guys, I'm going to be literally telling you about the midnight conversation that happened between that happened between Gash1 and Thato. And guys, I'm going to take you back into the day between this conversation that happened between Gash1 and Sister Tamara. You guys, this is just going to be a full video, so if you want to get the best of it, all you have to do is stick to from now to the very end, so you don't miss out from any of the conversations. So guys, literally, one of the first things I'm going to be sharing with you I think one thing I feel might start happening very soon, and I think that is Gash1 right now is feeling very icky. Like, he's feeling very, like, he literally wasn't very excited that Thato placed the barricade, you know, like there was no good night hug, you know, those kissing, there was no midnight conversation. I mean, I was literally looking out for what they were going to talk about, and you guys, I was literally disappointed. I was as disappointed as Gash1 was disappointed over the no whatever, don't come close don't come close agenda that Thato has actually introduced. And I think one of the reasons why we might actually see a switch in personality of Gash1 is because of the conversation that happened in the day between Gash1 and Sister Mara. You guys, let me just share this short clip of the conversation so you have an idea of what I'm talking about. You guys, listen.
How do you know?
So here is a little hint on the conversation, on the question that Gash1 is asking. Gash1 is asking Tamara, how do you know it's hygienic, it's safe for you to go down there with a guy? Okay, so you guys listen up to Tamara.
Trust me, if I'm gonna take your toes, I've analyzed them for a very long time.
So this is Sister Tamara begging Gash1 to allow him come a bit closer to him by even sucking his toes, for example. Like, maybe he's trying to get the sensation of what it feels like. I don't know, but I think Sister Mara just wants to get a little bit too deeply close, if there's anything like deeply close.
Okay, I hear you.
I've seen the nails. I've looked around those fucking things. I've sucked some dodgy.
Now, guys, at this point, Gash1 is yawning and he's obviously tired of the conversation Sister Mara is having with him. Now, you guys, listen to the hilarious turn of events or conversation. I mean, how Gash was snapped out of this conversation was really legendary. You guys, listen up to Gash1's epic.
So when are you going back to school?
Okay, guys. So from this conversation, from this very conversation, I literally feel like Gash1 right now might start withdrawing because he said something about having multiple personalities, and then at some time he has to sit down, think it through, and then start detaching himself from those personalities that he has tried to bring out. So I personally feel like after that conversation with Sister Mara talking about how he's been crushing on Gash1, that he's been looking at his hands, his nails, his everything. You guys, I know if you're a girl, like some of us girls, we kind of literally get attracted to a guy when we see he has a very nicely manicured hands, he has a strong hand, like you're already feeling that hand all over you. So this is just me entering Sister Mara's fantasy world for a bit. So I literally feel like Sister Mara is already having crazy thoughts about Gash1, like up close and personal. And when Sister Mara was actually sharing that conversation with Gash1, Gash1 literally said, "This is word, your word." And I feel like right now we might not get to see that midnight going to hug Sister Mara hug kind of thing again. I think it might just end very soon, of course, because he's going to be looking at it like, hey, Sister Mara looks like she's going to be taking this thing a bit more seriously like you only did. And he might be looking at it like, hey, maybe Thato is actually not so cool with how he's been playing this game. So I think this guy is going to sit, think it through, and then maybe you might get to see a switch in his personality yet again, very soon. Now, guys, away from Gash1 and Thato, I'd like to tell you about the relationship that actually transpired between Mpo and Ntabio. You guys, earlier today we actually saw Mpo break down, and she said things like this:
need to engage with someone and not read you. It's repressing.
Mpo literally said that she celebrates Tabio's friendship, that Tabio was that kind of person that she didn't really need to explain who she is, or she didn't really need to do so much to become attached to that. It just came naturally. And so we saw them celebrating their friendship. We saw Mpo actually breaking down and all that, and I was like, oh, this is so nice. So I mean I'm not gonna lie, like for some days now I've just been sharing about interviews and Mpo because they gave me some very sweet highlights. Like I feel like maybe most of these housemates just misunderstood their personality for a bit. Yeah, I know it's not easy to have different people in the house. So basically these guys, they are all vulnerable, even though they all try to act very strong, tight, hard character. They are all simply very, very, very vulnerable. So anyways, we saw them hugging it out, and you guys, Biggie actually served Ntabio, Terry and Tools a punishment. So literally after the whole midnight arena games, and after they had their dinner, the best thing these guys thought of doing was just to go ahead and start with their punishment. So we saw them round the table, and they were just sewing. I was literally impressed. That task, that punishment actually looks like a very good one. I don't know, but but the sweet part of this whole thing was actually seeing that Mpo didn't go to bed because Ntabio was not there. She's going to feel very lonely, and she was just there sitting having conversations with Ntabio, like just trying to make her not feel like that was really a punishment. And I was like, oh my god, this is friendship goals, this is friendship vibes. I'm not gonna be a girlfriend that's gonna treat me this way. I was literally very, very out. I loved it. I love to see that friendship, especially amongst ladies. So it was quite refreshing to see people say, you know what, I'm not going to bed until you're halfway or you're done with this punishment. Like literally she sat through having conversations. And at that point, it was like an opportunity for Terry, for Tools, for Mpo and Tabil to kind of get it over with. Like these guys have been having cold, silent peace with each other. Tools has just been the person instigating that there's war. Terry has also tried to build up the conversation because she's literally upstairs with them. So it kind of created a mutual setting where all of them were speaking in hushed tones, low tones, Like they were just serving good vibes, even though they were serving a punishment, and I really liked that part about, I mean, what the show had actually brought them to. Anyways, guys, basically moving away from that, like I don't think there was any big highlights in the conversations they had amongst themselves. But guys, one of the highest highlights, I'm not gonna lie, after the arena games was this conversation that happened amongst Themba, Venice, and Libo. And you guys, literally, these guys were just talking about, hey, that I didn't know that Zeno was going to leave very soon, that he looked like a very chill person, like they felt like he was going to stay till the finals, you know. And we heard Venice saying, yeah, like she literally saw herself staying to the finals, and I'm like, okay, you guys have strong characters. And then it was Libo for me, you know. Libo talked about a lot of things, how when he came into the house he wasn't himself, then the second time he was like himself, and then you guys, I mean, Libo literally got me thinking like, okay, so right now, do you really have a game? That's my question. I mean, to people like Venice, people like Libo, I'm just asking, do they really have a game when it comes to capturing the fans and all that? And then, guys, I mean, there was this amongst the three of them having this conversation, everybody was like, they saw themselves to the finals. But actually, this statement from Themba got me thinking that this guy came in a bit more strategic than some of the housemates. You guys, listen up to what Themba actually told them while they were having this conversation.
I already saw myself with the 2 million.
So, guys, according to Themba, he's already seen himself carry the 2 million and place him by his bedside. He's already seeing himself. He says it's just like he's already had a dream that he's coming into Big Brother show to carry the 2 million and go away with it. And I'm like, okay, this is now bigger than just saying I'm seeing myself in the final. And I feel that is why when we look at somebody like Themba, for example, he has a very chilled personality, but at the same time, he has a very loud personality. We've been able to spot him out from day one. From day one that Themba jumped into the jacuzzi with Nale, we spotted them out from day one. So I basically feel like it's not really about being quiet. It's all about being strategic, taking strategic moves to play the game in the house that actually makes the fans see who is playing the game. Like, seriously, listen to those three people. I was like, we all know, the viewers watching, we literally know who has a game and who really doesn't have a game in the house. You guys, now, literally, I just want to take this also a bit further, because earlier we actually saw this guys going to the diary session and they had conversations, and we saw people like Libo say he doesn't believe that there's a wild card. We saw Terry saying, you know what, there were two wild cards, or there are two wild cards that came into the Big Brother show. Vino was one of them, he's left the show, and Tabil is the other one. Like, there's been so much suspicion in the house right now. People are thinking Gash1 is a wild card. People are thinking Tabil is the wild card. Now, my question is, are these two people the strongest characters in the house that they're suddenly beginning to believe that they're wild cards? Like, literally, if there was a wild card in that house, it wouldn't be just two wild people that have been playing a very strategic game. It would be somebody who is even very chill, because Biggie has a way of doing these things, these guys. So, I don't know, I just felt like I needed to ask you guys this question. When we really look at these housemates, do we really see a wild card in any of them? Like, I'm not gonna lie, looking at all the 11 housemates sitting pretty in Biggie's house right now, I do not see a wild card in there. I do not see a wild card. I don't even believe that there is a wild card in this particular season of the Big Brother show. I don't believe Tabil is a wild card. I don't believe Gash1 is a wild card. I don't believe Themba is a wild card. No way. I personally feel like, you know, just the way Biggie introduced the conspiracy thing, because this housemates are suddenly growing in circles, conspiring against each other. I feel like because of these conversations that have started going on, we might get to see a twist in the show. We might get to see Biggie carry out a fake eviction come Sunday. You guys, sometimes I try to predict the show, sometimes because I've watched it for a while. I think I understand the narratives and the dynamics around the Biggie show. I just feel like this Sunday's eviction is going to be shocking. It's going to be so shocking that maybe we might not have two housemates leave the house. Maybe we might have three housemates leave the house. And maybe we might have four housemates leave the house. And then maybe two or one person out of the housemates that leave the house might actually be the person that has probably the highest votes. And that person is now maybe turned into the wild card by having a fake eviction and then bringing the person back into the show maybe after some couple of days. I mean, you guys, what do you guys literally think about this wildcard thing? I really think it's not gonna work. I don't think there's a wildcard, guys. This is 3 weeks into the show. Wildcards don't work like that. Seriously, guys, I really don't think wildcards work like that. I just feel very, very, very much believe that we're going to have a shocking eviction come Sunday. I personally feel like this Sunday we're going to have a fake eviction, and then maybe somebody else is going to be brought back into the show, and then that will make the housemate say, "Oh, you've been the wildcat all along." So it literally could be anybody, right? That is actually up for nomination right now. You guys know that there are strong people up for nomination. Thato is up for nomination. Gash1 is up for nomination. Nale is up for nomination. Who else is up for nomination? Tabel is up for nomination. Mpo is out of the nominations. Like, this is the best time for Biggie to carry out a fake eviction. What do you guys think about what I just shared? I think literally this is how the wildcat thing will play out this year. And this is just me keeping it real as usual. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section. Don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget to leave me a comment. Don't forget to like this video, guys. Thank you so much for the love so far. I'm going to see you all in another video for now. Thank you so much for your watch time. See you guys very soon.